There's a rule inside the Ronaldo household that almost nobody talks about. It is not written on paper. It is not posted on social media. But if you pay close enough attention to how Cristiano Ronaldo raises his eldest son, you start to notice something unusual. Ronaldo Jr., one of the most watched teenagers on the planet, does not appear to have a girlfriend. And according to many people who follow this family closely, that is not an accident. It may actually be a deliberate decision, guided by his father, and rooted in something much deeper than most fans realize. Let that satisfying for a moment. A teenage boy, growing up surrounded by wealth, fame, beauty, and global attention, and yet romance seems to be completely absent from his public life. No hand-holding photos, no tag posts with a mystery girl, no dating rumors that ever stick. In a world where celebrity kids often make headlines for exactly these things, Ronaldo Jr. remains surprisingly quiet on this front, and that silence tells a powerful story. To understand what is really going on, you have to first appreciate just how unusual his life truly is. Ronaldo Jr. is not growing up in a normal environment. His father's arguably the most famous athlete in history. Every training session, every goal, every social media post gets analyzed by millions. The boy cannot walk into a stadium, a restaurant, or even a school event without cameras finding him. His life is watched, discussed, and debated by strangers around the world every single day. Now imagine adding a girlfriend into that picture. Imagine a teenage relationship being exposed to that level of scrutiny. Every photo would be screenshot and shared. Every interaction would be dissected. Every girl seen near him would instantly become the subject of rumors, fan accounts, and online gossip. For a young person still figuring out who he is, that kind of exposure could be overwhelming. And it seems like Cristiano Ronaldo knows this better than anyone. Here is where things get interesting. Many fans believe that Cristiano has set clear expectations for his son when it comes to relationships. Not because he thinks love is wrong, not because he wants to control every part of his life, but because he understands, from personal experience, how quickly distractions can derail a young athlete's path. Cristiano himself has spoken publicly about the importance of discipline, sacrifice, and focus during the early years of a football career. He has said multiple times that success requires giving up things that other people take for granted, and reportedly, he applies that same philosophy to how he raises his children. From the outside, it looks like Cristiano wants Ronaldo Jr. to build his foundation first. Football training, physical development, mental strength, education, and emotional maturity. These are the pillars that Cristiano seems to prioritize above everything else for his son. And in that framework, dating, especially public dating, may simply not have a place right now. But that is only part of the story. There's another layer to this that most people overlook. It is not just about football focus. It is about the unique pressure that comes with being a Ronaldo. When you carry that last name, everything you do becomes public property. A normal teenager can have a crush, go on a date, or experience heartbreak in private. Ronaldo Jr. does not have that luxury. If he were to date someone, that person would also be thrust into the spotlight. Their family would be exposed. Their social media would explode. Their entire life would change overnight. And that creates a kind of responsibility that most adults would struggle with, let alone a teenager. Some people think Cristiano is protecting not just his son, but also anyone who might get close to him. The weight of the Ronaldo name is something that cannot be taken lightly. A teenage relationship under that kind of pressure has very little chance of surviving normally. And the emotional fallout from a public breakup, from online hate, from tabloid stories, could leave lasting scars on everyone involved. And this is where things get serious. Let us talk about what Ronaldo Jr. might actually be sacrificing. Other teenagers his age are free to explore friendships and feelings without the world watching. They can make mistakes quietly. They can learn about relationships at their own pace. But Ronaldo Jr. operates in a different reality. Every choice he makes carries weight. Every moment of his life is potential content for someone else's platform. That pressure shapes behavior in ways most people cannot imagine. There is a loneliness that comes with that kind of fame. A quiet cost that nobody sees behind the luxury cars, the mansions, and the designer clothes. Growing up as the son of a legend means constantly living under expectations that were never yours to begin with. And when your father reportedly asks you to put personal desires aside for the sake of long-term greatness, you are carrying a burden that very few young people ever face. What most people do not realize is that this kind of discipline can be both a gift and a weight. On one hand, it builds incredible mental toughness. Ronaldo Jr. is learning at a young age how to prioritize, how to delay gratification, and how to keep his personal life private in an era where privacy barely exists. These are skills that will serve him for the rest of his life, whether he becomes a professional footballer or pursues something else entirely. But on the other hand, there is a real question about whether too much restriction can create its own kind of pressure. When a young person feels like every aspect of their life is managed, when even natural emotions like attraction and connection are treated as potential threats to a bigger plan, it can create internal tension. And that tension, if not handled carefully, can build up over time. This is not to say that Cristiano Ronaldo is doing anything wrong. Far from it. From everything we can see, he's a deeply involved and caring father who wants the absolute best for his children. He has built his entire legacy on discipline and hard work, and he is passing those values down to the next generation. Many fans admire him for exactly this reason. In a world full of celebrity parents who let their kids run wild, Cristiano appears to be taking a very hands-on, structured approach. But behind the cameras, the reality looks very different from the highlight reels. Ronaldo Jr. is still a young person navigating adolescence under extraordinary circumstances. He is still learning who he is, what he wants, and what kind of life he wants to live. And doing all of that while the entire world watches is something that deserves empathy, not just fascination. Some fans have pointed out that Ronaldo Jr. sometimes looks reserved in public appearances. They wonder whether the pressure to perform, to behave perfectly, to represent the family name at all times, ever feels like too much. Others argue that he seems happy, confident, and focused, and that the structure his father provides is exactly what a young athlete needs to thrive. The truth probably lies somewhere in between. Every family has its own rules, its own values, and its own way of preparing children for the future. The Ronaldo family is no different, except that their choices play out on a global stage. What might be a simple household rule in any other family becomes international news when it involves this family. So why does Ronaldo Jr. not have a girlfriend right now? The answer seems to be a combination of many things. Discipline, timing, privacy, media pressure, the weight of a legendary last name, and a father who has seen firsthand how fame can complicate even the simplest parts of life. Cristiano Ronaldo likely is not against his son experiencing love and connection someday. He may simply believe that now is not the right time, and that the foundation being built today will lead to something far greater tomorrow. Whether you agree with that approach or not, there is something undeniably powerful about a father who cares enough to set boundaries, even when those boundaries are hard. Ronaldo Jr.'s story is still being written, and perhaps the most important chapters are the ones that happen away from the cameras, in quiet moments between a father and a son, where the real lessons about life, love, and legacy are passed down. If this story made you think, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment telling us what you believe. Do you think Cristiano's right to set these boundaries? Or is he being too strict? We want to hear your honest opinion. Stay tuned, because there is so much more to this story that the world has not seen yet.